Yep. Well, we apparently have a lot of memories. Yeah, we can save Kid Rock for the end. Mostly 70s. And let's start with REO Speedwagon. Or have we already done them? Have we already done? Well, it doesn't matter. Right. Do you want to do it again or just... Well, I don't really need to go over them again. Let's skip on over to our Robin Trower, which actually is a single artist, but that was the name of his group. Right. Yeah. Great guy. I love his stuff. My number 10 is, yep. My number 10 is Caravan to Midnight. My number 9 is A Little Bit of Sympathy. Well, actually, in my opinion, they all are, but hey, that's okay. Number 8, I Can't Wait Much Longer. Number 7, Long Misty Days. Number 6 is Somebody Calling. Oh yeah. My number 5, go ahead. Yeah. My number 5 is Two Rolling Stoned. Number 4 is Day of the Eagle. Number 3 is In City Dreams. Yeah. And number 2 is Bridge of Sighs. Well, I believe I read somewhere that the Bridge of Sighs was some kind of bridge leading from a jail to a it had a jail in connection with it overseas somewhere, and I'm not sure exactly where. Would be interesting to look that up. Yeah. Yeah. But I guess what the deal was while prisoners were crossing over, they'd look out, see the freedom, and just go, ah, and it's Bridge of Sighs. Yep. Hmm. Okay. All right. My number 1, and the version I would suggest is off the live album, the first live album. It's a song called Daydream. The guitar solo, and well, the guitar overall in that particular version is just kind of like, wow. Yeah, and he's no longer with us. Yep. I've seen him in concert 3 times. He never failed to astound on that song. Yep. Memorable stuff. And of course, Robin Gerard did start out with Procol Harum. Probably, yeah, probably so. I don't know that for sure, but wouldn't surprise me. Now the next one we covered the early years, and this is the later years after they changed their name to Jefferson Starship from Jefferson Airplane. Yeah, the airplane version was psychedelic, prog, you name it. They were innovative. The Starship version went more for top 40, but they still had some. Yeah. Okay, my number 10 for them out of this group is Love Too Good. Number 9 is Caroline. Number 8 I got Sarah. Right. Number 6 is Strangers. Number 5 is Find Your Way Back. Yeah. Number 4, Count on Me. Number 3 is Jane. Seem to do a lot of songs about girls. Yeah. Yeah, they do that every now and again for some reason. My number... Oh, that's okay. My number 2 was With Your Love. And my number 1 is an interesting song, but I like it a lot. Miracles. If you listen real close to a verse in the middle, you can pretty much tell what they're talking about. It's you caught it. Yeah, that one verse, I don't recall exactly where it's in the song, but it's pretty much a heavy sexual innuendo. When they talk about swirling and dancing inside of you, you know, hey, what? It was well hidden, but if you were really listening, you'd pick it out. Yeah, that was more fun back then, trying to figure it out. Now, one of the songs they did that was big. I don't have in this list because it was kind of like the sign of, oh, they're going, we built this city. Yeah, I mean, that was one of those songs that a lot of people don't have a lot of respect for. Yeah. 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 Oh well. But Starship was kind of, to me, a poor later version of Airplane, because Airplane was phenomenal, and we went over them and did a top 10 on them when we were talking 60s. Okay, the next one I got 70s and Beyond. Jethro Tull. Yeah, and the funny thing is, some people consider them prog, some people consider them rock, other people consider them album rock. They don't fit a category. Yep. Yeah. And then you listen to Thick as a Brick and it's like, oh, prog. Yeah. Okay, my number 10 is Aqualung. Yeah, and a couple of songs that also kind of irritated the fundamentalists. Uh, yeah, hymn 43. Yeah. And it became incredibly popular. I'm not sure, but you could leaf through it. I remember that because I had that album. Yeah, it would sell. Yep. Yeah. Number 9 is a song called Bouree, Bouree, Bouree. It's an instrumental that features a flute, but it's well done. Memorable melody. It's It's just an album that somebody liked. Somebody eating chips. Oh, number 8 is Up to Me, which is off the Arknolia album. Number 7, Back to Family, which is on one of their early albums. Stand Up, I think. Number 6 is A New Day Yesterday, same album. Number 5, We Used to Know, same album. And number 4 is Look to the Sun, same album. You can tell I like that album. My number 3 is To Cry You a Song, which is off the Benefit album. Number 2 is a well-known classic by them, Locomotive Breath. And number 1 is a fairly recent song compared to these others. I think the album name is Steel Monkeys, but it's a song called Farm on the Freeway. Yeah, okay. Steel Monkeys was on that album. Wow. Right. Yep. But Jethro Tull is a good listen. Okay, my next band that I got here is a little band from Ohio. Guitarist was a guy by the name of Joe Walsh. Now, they had, I think, only 3 albums with Joe Walsh, and they had several others with other guitarists. But most of these are going to be Walsh. Okay, my number 10 is a song called Collage, which is on their first album. Something called Your Album. And number 9 is Bomber, Closet Clean, which is off of Brides Again. That song, a lot of these songs just rock. Number 8 is a song off the first album called Stop, which is something like 12 minutes. It's got some incredible bass in it. Number 7 is a little song you probably heard, Funk 49. Number 6 is Walk Away, another one that was a big one for them. Number 5, Fred, off that first album. Number 4 is Bluebird, which is a cover of the Springfield song. It runs about 6 minutes. It's got some incredible guitar in it. Number 3 is Take a Look Around, which is on Thirds. Number 2, Ashes, the Rain, and I, which is on that album too. No, Brides Again. And my number 1 by that group is a song called Tend My Garden, which is off of that Brides Again album. All 3 of those albums, Brides Again, Thirds, and Your Album, are definitely worth a listen. I would suggest strong. Oh, and the live in concert one's actually good. I believe so. They did one song that was actually pretty decent. I don't know why I didn't have it on my list. A song called Must Be Love. If I don't think there's two Tommy Bullens. Yeah. But it's a short listen for as far as binging it. But those four James Gang albums with Walsh involved are worth listening. And actually some of the others are good too, but they just don't match the Walsh ones. Excuse me. Next one, well, he's had several groups, and every time you look, you could almost call him a solo artist with a backing band, but actually he's got several groups involved. Jeff Beck, one of the Holy Trinity from the Yardbirds. What is that? My number 10 is a song called You Shook Me, which is from the first Jeff Beck group with Rod Stewart as the singer. My next one is a song called Situation. And a lot of these are going to be instrumentals, but not all of them. My number 8 is Morning Dew, which is his version that he had on one of the two albums with Rod Stewart. Number 7 is Beck's Bolero, which actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was kind of recorded outside of the Yardbirds, kind of solo, and he decided to throw it on this album. Or I think that was the story. Number 6 is Freeway Jam. Yeah. Number 5 is his cover of She's a Woman Beatles song. It's pretty much instrumental, but it's worth a listen. Number 4 is Blue Wind, which is definitely Jan Hammer. Number 3 is, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. My number 3 was another Beatles cover, A Day in the Life. Imagine that one as an instrumental. Number 2 is a cover, but it's his song essentially. Old Yardbirds number called Shapes of Things with yeah, and this has Stewart singing. And my number 1 is a song called I Ain't Superstitious. Ooh. I worked in a dairy. I know what a cattle prod does, and believe me, it's not fun. Another Rod Stewart song, singing this song. And actually, those two albums with Rod Stewart, Truth and was it Beckola, are excellent listens all the way through. Those are some. Yeah, and they also did a cover of People Get Ready. That was good. Yep. Yes, it did. Good version. Beck adds things to the songs that he does that make it distinctive. Yes. Yeah, I believe the song was Train Kept Rolling, but well, I think they called it Stroll On. But it was the same song. Now, another 70s group that's kind of one of my all-time favorites, pretty much, Steely Dan. And the ironic thing about this group is they were a session bunch that got big with their first album. They thought, oh, I guess we better do a band, and put a band together. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, look under me. Number 10. My Old School. My number 9, Home at Last. My number 8 is Ricky, Don't Lose That Number. Now my number 7 is kind of an interesting one because it's Steely Dan, but it's not really on any of the Steely Dan albums. It's on a soundtrack for a movie, FM. Yep. Great little song. And my number 6 probably should have been higher because I've always liked this song, Reeling in the Years. My number 5 is Asia. Right. My number 4 is Deacon Blues. Yeah, they call Alabama the Crimson Tide. Yeah. My number 3 is kind of a deep track, and it's a song called Haitian Divorce. But it's I call it a cute little song. No, the song is kind of about two people that were married, and Daddy sent the little girl over to Haiti to get a divorce, and while she was there, she got impregnated by a native. So it's kind of about that. My number. Hello? What? We couldn't understand him. A native. Oh, we don't use that word. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's kind of about. And when the kid was born, Daddy was asking, who's this little kinky-haired so-and-so? Number 2 is Pretzel Logic. Great song. My number 1 is a song I've always liked by them, and I can't even tell you why. Razor Boy. And I'm betting you haven't heard it. Yeah, that's not even... Okay, let me name some songs and you tell me if one of them hits you. Peg, Josie, do it again. Dirty Work, well, I wasn't done. Showbiz Kids, Hey 19, Black Friday, Night by Night, Kid Charlemagne, Fez, Royal Scam. That one's got, not sitar, but it's got some yeah, because your store isn't going to play deep cuts. Huh. Okay, my next artist, Steve Miller Band. Yeah, we're going to kind of stay in the 70s, and we might even drop a little bit into the 60s. Number 10 is a song called Window, which is on the Fly Like an Eagle album. Yep. On number 9. Yep. Yeah. My number 9 is a song called Swing Town. Yeah. Oh, that's a good album. Yeah. Yeah. My number 8 is off that album, Sacrifice, which actually has some similarities to, I want to say Welcome to the Club, but I could be wrong. But it's similar to another song, but isn't the same. Number 7 is a song called Steak. Not like cow steak. Right. Yeah. My number 6 is Quicksilver Girl, which is an early song on one of his early albums. My number 5 is a song called Living in the USA, which I believe was his first hit. Yeah. Somebody give me a cheeseburger. And number 4 is Jet Airliner. I really like that song. My number 3 is Fly Like an Eagle, which actually with that, and you've got to kind of have the intro with it. Yeah. And my number 2 is a song called Space Cowboy, which is a very early song, but it's a pretty good song. Well, you don't, but go ahead. No. I liked the Joker, but not in my top 10. My number 1 is a song everybody should hear. It's called Your Saving Grace. Oh no, this is off one of the first 5 albums. This is an early song. Now, songs I missed, which I didn't miss, they just didn't make the top 10. Abracadabra. Yeah. True Friend Love, Jungle Love, Cow Cow Calculator, My Dark Hour, Heart Like a Wheel, Circle of Love, Macho City, which is about 20 minutes long, and yeah. Yeah, but that particular song is actually pretty good. I damn near put it in the top 10. Take the Money and Run, Joker, Journey from Eden, and Motherless Children. He did a cover of that song. It's pretty good. Yeah. But that guy has a lot of good stuff. But definitely, Your Saving Grace, what was my number 2? And Space Cowboy. Find those 2 songs. They're early songs. I think you'd like Saving Grace. Okay, next group is an interesting group because they went through several permutations. Styx. Dennis Young. I think they're Panozzi or something like that. I'm not real sure. Yeah. Yeah, well, what happened was, from what I understand, Dennis DeYoung wanted to go one direction, The rest of the group wanted to go to another, and they said, "Bye, Dennis," and kicked him out. Right. They have an album out that features, I believe, their version of, I think, Sgt. Pepper. I do know they have one album that's all covers, but I don't remember exactly what's on it. Okay, my number 10 is a song called Why Me? Some good stuff on that album. Yeah. My number 9 is Grand Illusion. Yeah. My number 8 is Lorelei, which is on Cornerstone. Lorelei. Crystal Ball. Number 7 I got is Snowblind. Yeah, and my number 6 song is from there, Mr. Roboto. Yeah. Number 5 is Too Much Time on My Hands. And yeah, my number 4 is Rockin' the Paradise. My number 3 is Heavy Metal Poisoning, which was a Dennis Young song that he was playing the preacher. Yeah. Yeah. My number 2 is Crystal Ball. I just absolutely love that song. Now I bet you can guess number 1 here. No, Come Sail Away. Yeah. Yeah. Now, of course, again, I left some songs off. Lights, Babe, You Need Love, Lady, I'm Gonna Make You Feel It, Light Up, Sweet Madam Blue, Fooling Yourself, Miss America, Double Live. They did a version of it's a cover of an old song by a group called the Chartbusters from the 60s, Lies. Sing for the Day, Blue Collar Man, and Renegade. Good stuff. Yeah, and like I said, the story behind that group and what went on and all that is really interesting, because Dennis DeYoung kind of wanted to make them a ballad band and semi-concept band. The rest of the band wanted to simply rock. Well, he wasn't even in like the first 6 albums or something like that. Yeah. I didn't think he was. Oh, I didn't think he was. Okay. Well, I knew he did, yeah. I've heard Desert Moon, which was his first solo album. That was decent. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look for that. Yeah, a lot of them, but yeah. But Styx is another one of those bands that's a good listen. Well, Grand Illusion and Rock in the Paradise. No, I'm not, the Paradise Theater are probably their 2 biggest. Yeah, Kilroy Was Here was okay, but his parts of it were largely forgettable. Well, that was one of the other reasons the other guys wanted DeYoung out. Kind of like the Roger Waters thing with Pink Floyd, in a way. For the most part. Yeah, because in the early albums, Richard Wright was a key person. Yeah. Okay, my next band is been around since the late 60s, still around, Santana. A lot of mine are going to stay in the 70s and 60s, but I do like some of the later stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a pretty good bet. Um, okay. Good version. Yeah. Yep. My number 10 is Oye Como Va. Yeah. My number 9 is, go ahead. Yep, I think so. My number 9 is You Know That I Love You, which is on, I don't remember the album. A little later. My number 8 is Evil Ways. Yeah. Phenomenal song. Now my number 7 touches on an area that you just were talking about. I did like Smooth with Rob Thomas. My number 6 is a song called Incident at Neshaber, which is on one of the early albums. Let's see, I'm trying to count backwards. Oh yeah. Number 5 is Soul Sacrifice. The Woodstock version is great. Yeah. My number 4 is No One to Depend On, off of Abraxas, yeah. Right. Yep. My number 3 is a great guitar work, Europa. I think that's right. Yeah. Number 2 is Hope You're Feeling Better. And my number 1 starts off with something called Singing Winds, Crying Beasts, and goes into Black Magic Woman. That guitar work in that song is so phenomenal, it is hard to forget. Especially the ending part. But he definitely did a good version, which is, ironically, that's a cover of a Fleetwood Mac song from the early Fleetwood Mac. But Santana's worth a listen to also. Yeah. My next band that I got a list for is, I don't think we did them, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, is a group called Savoy Brown. They're mostly a late 60s, early 70s band, and part of the group left and formed Foghat. But this band is largely Kim Simmons. And a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about is mainly from their first few albums. Savoy Brown. I'm betting Keith doesn't know who they are. Yep, that's what I was thinking. This stuff's some great guitar blues for the most part, but they do rock a little bit. Okay, Number 10 is Leaving Again. Number 9 is a song called Take It Easy. Number 8 is She's Got a Ring in her on her hand and a ring in his nose. Yeah, but that's an expression where the guy is being led around by a woman with a ring in his nose. That's what the bit about She's Got a Ring on her hand and a ring in his nose is all about. She's leading him around. Yeah. Number 7 is Hellbound Train. Number 6 is Looking In. Number 5 is Master Hair. Number 4 is Savoy Brown Boogie. Runs about 20 plus minutes. It's a live cut and it's on the Waiting in the Bamber Grove album. What number did I just do? Oh, 4. My number 3 is a song called Louisiana Blues, which is on the Raw Sienna album. Number 2 is a song called Poor Girl, which is off the Looking In album. And my number 1 is something called Money Can't Save Your Soul. Yep. But again, if you like really bluesy guitars, this group has got a lot of that. And definitely worth a listen. Savoy Brown. And like I said, Foghat kind of came from this group. Kind of like a proud papa with a child or whatever. But they are definitely worth a listen. My next band was fronted by a guy by the name of Lowell George. Can you guess the group? Yep. Yeah, we should have kind of covered them when we did the Southern Rock thing, but I missed them. And that will happen. I think so. And I believe so. And of course, unfortunately, Little George is no longer with us. My number 10 is Rock and Roll Doctor. Okay. In the meantime, we'll just talk among ourselves. He needs to have a little bottle next to his table. Of course, he doesn't want to go the route I did because I don't. This is going to sound weird, but I haven't urinated in over 2 years, almost 3 years. I'm on dialysis. And once you go on dialysis, for the most part, you quit leaking. My kidneys are failing. That I don't know. But I've been on dialysis for over 3 years. Oh no. No, I don't do drugs at all. I don't do alcohol at all. So gee, how did I get on it? Probably diabetes. I did have that. I don't have it as bad. I mean, it's well under control now. But unfortunately, my kidneys paid the price. And as such, 3 days a week, I get to go have, well, my blood pulled out and pull the, yeah, no, it's not a fun thing, and I get to do it for 4.5 hours 3 days a week. So yeah, I think the doctor got back. Okay, my number 9 is Oh Atlanta. My number 8 is Skin It Back. And I bet nobody's ever heard of any of his songs. My number 7 is a song called Willing. My number 6 is Feet Don't Fail Me Now. My number 5 is on this list somewhere. Oh, there it is. Sailing Shoes. My number 4 is Time Loves a Hero. My number 3 is an instrumental called Day at the Dog Races. My number 2, you're bound to have heard this song, Dixie Chicken. You know, if you'll be my Dixie Chicken, I'll be your Tennessee Man. And my number 1, actually, Linda Ronstadt did a cover you probably heard of, but they originated the song. It's called All That You Dream. But Little Feat is another band worth exploring. They're unusual, but they're worth a listen. Yeah. Yeah, of course, like I said, Little George has been dead, I think, 20 years. Good long time. And he was the main guy. Now, I think they've tried to do it without him, but it's kind of like there's some groups that when they lose a person that important to them, there's not much point in carrying on. That's kind of what Led Zeppelin did with John Bonham. Right, right. No. No, I seriously doubt that. Because one, I don't think John Paul Jones wants any part of that. And yeah, yeah. Yeah. Right, right. He wanted to form it as the New Yardbirds. Yeah. Yeah. My neck. Well, that's kind of the same thing they said about everyone that followed Keith Moon. Yeah. Oh, Right. Well, Deep Purple would be dead if you didn't accept because basically that band changed after their first 3 albums that no one hears, and they brought us Machine Head, In Rock. I mean, so sometimes change works. Right? Okay, next group I got's a little band from, I think, Australia. Little River Band. My number 10 is Take It Easy on Me. Yeah. Yeah. My number 9 is Happy Anniversary, Baby. Got You on My Mind. Huh? Number 8 I got is Help It's On Its Way. My number 7 is a song called, well, it's the first hit, A Long Way There. I think it was the first hit. My number 6 was Lonesome Loser. Yeah. My number 5 is Lady. Yeah. And it's definitely superior, this album. I'll always tell people, if you want to listen to a song, listen to it the way it was made, get the album version, not the single version. Yeah. My number 4 is a song called Home on Monday, which, if you're familiar with it, the first line is, "Can you guess where I'm calling from? The Las Vegas Hilton," or something like that. But an unusual backstory to this one is I happened to be in Las Vegas, and we're kind of driving around. There's the Las Vegas Hilton, so I said, let's stop here, because they also had a Star Trek display, and I thought, I want to see that. So I stopped there, and I went inside, and I called back home, and I told my son, I said, hey, can you guess where I'm calling from? The Las Vegas Hilton. So I hit him with that title for that first line from that song. That was fun. Number 3 is Reminiscing. My number 2, and that's again another song that gets cut. Number 2 is Cool Change. Yeah, which actually a band I was in, we covered that song. And my number 1 is a song off their first album called I'll Always Call Your Name. So I didn't, it's true with most of these lists, I don't go for the hits, because what I'm trying to do is get people to check out other stuff, because absolutely. Yeah, and some bands, their deep cuts are better than their hits. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. 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 I think that's right. Yeah. I don't think so.
I'm not doing nothing.
I believe so. And somebody is looking it up, right? Okay, we'll give Doctor a point. A point. Okay, Nick, go ahead. No, I want to hear. I assume you're still on Little River Band, so let's finish that. Well, see, I think the original members need to, for the most part, keep the name. Other than, but there are groups out there that toured with no original members and yet had that name. There's a couple of those floating around. Yeah, and that to me is just, oh, I don't care about that bunch. Yeah. Okay, next bunch I got is a couple of guys that at least one of them went on to have a good solo career, and I don't know what the other one did. Loggins and Messina. Yeah. Yeah, and he used to be with Poco, I believe. Yeah, he actually did quite a few movie soundtracks, in addition to his solo career. My number 10 is a song called You Need a Man Coming to You. About 6 minutes, pretty good. My number 9 is Thinking of You, which I believe is on their first album. My number 8 is Peacemaker. My number 7 is House at Pooh Corner, which is kind of the story of Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh, or something like that. Number 6 is Changes. Number 5 is a song called Nobody But You. Number 4 is Be Free. Number 3 is Vahivala, which is on their first album. Yeah. Yeah. And my number 2 is a 9-minute opus called Angry Eyes. Yeah. And my number 1, I sent this song to you once and you may or may not have listened to it. A song called Golden Ribbons. Yeah, it's an excellent song. It's anti-war without preaching, if that makes sense. But it's basically the chorus is, I've seen young men my own age in coffins, and mothers in tears for their sons, and sweethearts and wives alone with their memories. So it kind of makes you think. But it's a pretty good song, and I believe at the end of the song, a guest vocalist by the name of Stephen Stills is helping him, because his voice is distinctive, and I might be wrong, I don't know, but it sure sounds Stephen Stillish. Okay, next group is a group called Journey. Well, I'll have Steve Perry in this, but Steve Perry was during their biggest time. Right. We'll wait till he comes on before I start Journey. We'll start our journey. Right. And I'm pretty sure we've heard some of these songs. Although I'll go in some deep cuts here too. Oh yeah. They do a good cover, I think it's on the second album, of a Beatles song. Go ahead. Well, the first 2 albums they did before Perry joined the group, I think it was 2, they didn't have Steve Perry. He joined on the 3rd album. Yeah. But there's good listens on those first 2 albums. Oh yeah. Yep. Hello, Jenny MT. Fixing to take a journey with Journey. Okay, my number 10 is Any Way You Want It. My number 9 is Separate Ways. My number 8 is Wheel in the Sky, which is off that third album. My number 7 is Open Arms. Yep, my number 6 is Stone in Love. My number 5 is Stay a While. My number 4 is a song that you probably heard in The Sopranos called Don't Stop Believing. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Well, my number 3 is actually a double song, Feeling That Way and Any Time. You generally don't separate those songs. Right. Number 2 is Lights. And my number 1 by them is Lovin', Touchin', Squeezing. Oh, he'll probably just show up. Moving on. I'm gonna go with the Alan Parsons Project, and that one is actually Alan Parsons and other people. Because this group changes around a lot, but the constant is Alan Parsons. My number 10, right. Turning. Yeah. Yeah, well, they call it a project for a reason. Basically, all the albums were about a project, for the most part. My number 10 is a song called Eagle Will. God, I can't read my own writing. I cannot read my writing. Eagle will rise again. Hello. My number 9 is off of Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Telltale Heart. Sung by Arthur Brown. My number 9 is Maybe a Price to Pay. 8, I mean. Number 7 is Snake Eyes. Hello, Dad. Hello. Number 6 is Pyromania. As we move on. Number 5 is What Goes Up. Number 4 is Time, off of Turn Over Friendly Card. Yeah. Which is my number 3. So you named my number 3 before I did. My number 2 is... I'm stalling because I haven't found it. Oh, here it is. It's kind of a double song. A Dream Within a Dream, Raven, off of Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Yeah, they go together. Which is my number 1. You did it again. That's my number 1. Yeah, you can hear Sirius on. Somebody mentioned it once, said, "Oh, that's the Chicago Bulls theme." No, it's a song they used. And I didn't even know they used it. Around here. Yep. Yeah, a lot of the sports shows will use certain things because they're incredibly, they fit somehow. Yeah. Well, they use several different ones. Yeah, yeah. And back, well, this is gonna tell you the area of country I live in. Uh, when Kerry Von Erich would come to the ring, they'd play Stranglehold by Ted Nugent. Yep. Yeah. Well, that was Alan Parsons. But definitely check out Telltale Heart because Arthur Brown sings that song. Okay, next one I got is the Raspberries, but I'm going to throw a couple of Eric Carmens in there since Eric Carmen was essentially the Raspberries. Yeah. Number 1 is I'm a Rocker. I'm sorry, 10. I thought I went backwards. Number 9 is Let's Pretend. Number 8 is Ecstasy. Number 7 is an Eric Carmen song, Hungry Eyes. Yeah. Okay. Number 6 is Tonight. Number 5 is I Saw the Light. Number 4 is, we're going back to Eric Carmen, All By Myself. Yeah. Number 3, I Want to Be With You. Number 2 is probably their big hit, Go All the Way. And my number 1 by the Raspberries is actually an incredibly interesting song, which is worth a listen because it goes all over the place. Overnight Sensation. They even have a bit towards the end where they're singing, and it sounds like they're singing in a transistor radio. It's got that transistor radio sound, which makes it sort of cool. You know, not important yet. Next band I got is a couple of guys by the name of Seals and Croft. Come on, guys. Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello, guys. Guys. Okay, my number 10 by Seals and Croft is a song off the first album called East of Ginger Trees. My number 9 is We May Never Pass This Way Again. Number 8 is Diamond Girl. Number 7 is King of Nothing. Number 6 is Get Closer. Number 5 is I'll Play For You. Number 4 is something called Boy Down the Road, which is a very sad song, touching song, but it's really good. Number 3 is something called Dust on My Saddle, which is got a country tinge to it, but it's basically about a guy that was accused wrongly of a crime, went on the run for like 6 years, and when they finally caught up to him, they told him, hey, you've been on the run for nothing. We caught the guy that did it right after you left town. But it's a good song. Number 2 is Hummingbird. And number 1 should be fairly obvious. Yes, absolutely. Great song. Actually, one of the bands I was in covered it. And the next group, it's a shame Dave Rose is not around. Yeah, but it's the Guess Who. Yep, Burton Cummings, you're right. And number 15 is Share the Land. And I don't think anybody has a wrench. Oh. My number 15 is Share the Land. Number 14 is Hand Me Down World. Number 13 is something called Guns, Guns, Guns. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. My number 12, Running Back to Saskatoon. Number 11 is on this list somewhere. Laughing. Early song. Number 10 is American Woman. If you really want to hear something good, the 16-minute version on the Live at the Paramount. That really does some stuff. Good listen. My number 9 is No Sugar Tonight, New Mother Nature. Number 8 is No Time. My number 7 is Bus Rider. My number 6 is Life in the Bloodstream, which that song is very reminiscent of something from the 50s. and think they were intentionally going for that. But it's very good. My number 5 is Rain Dance. Number 4 is Albert Flasher. Number 3 is Undone. My number 2 is a song called Hang On to Your Life. Deep cut, but it rocks. I mean, it rocks. For the most part, I think that is correct. Now, my number 1, you may or may not have heard before, but if you've heard it, you'll know it. And if you haven't heard it, you need to listen to it, and you'll know it. It's a song called Heartbroken Bopper. Very heavy track. And definitely worth a listen. Yep. They had a string that was worth listening to. How long have we been on? What? Didn't seem like it. Weird. Okay, let's get off of the music for now, I suppose, since we've been on over an hour.